Liam, a 7 years old boy who had always been a quiet, observant boy. He loved the gentle hum of nature, the way the sun painted golden stripes on his small bedroom wall, and his mother used to tuck him in every night with a lullaby that sounded like a warm embrace. But that life was gone now, a distant memory he clung to like a fragile piece of glass. His mother had passed away 2 years ago, and everything had changed. His father, once a kind and loving man, seemed to have lost himself in grief, and in his quest to piece his life back together, he had married Emily, a woman who at first glance appeared to be everything they needed. She was charming, with a bright smile and a kind word, but behind closed doors, her warmth faded like an extinguished flame.
Emily was polite as she started to adjust to her new rules, but soon the cracks in her face began to show. A harsh word when Liam accidentally spilled milk on the dinner table, or a cold glare when he asked for help with his homework. "You are too old to need help," she would snap, her voice sharp as a whip. Liam's father, distracted by long hours at work, failed to notice the shift in their home. He saw Emily's perfect smile and heard her kind tone when he was around, never realizing how quickly it evaporated the moment he left the room. Liam began to withdraw, retreating into his room whenever he wasn't at school. Emily's disdain and hatred grew with each passing day. She criticized his grade. "You will never amount to anything. You keep being so useless," she said one fateful evening as Liam tried to help her in the kitchen. One fateful day, Emily decided Liam's room needed to be repurposed. She moved him to the cold, damp basement, claiming he was old enough to have his own space. The basement, as dark and musty, with a single flickering bulb that barely lit the room. Liam shivered at night, his thin blanket doing little to keep him warm. When he told his father, Emily interjected with a soft tone. "He wanted his own space, darling. I thought it would be good for him to learn some independence." His father nodded absent-mindedly, too tired to question her further. At school, Liam found solace in his teacher, Mrs. Carter. She noticed the shadows under his eyes and the way he flinched at sudden movements. One day, during lunch, she approached him gently. "Liam, is everything okay at home?" she asked, her voice soft but filled with concern. Liam hesitated, the words caught in his throat. He wanted to tell her everything, but fear held him back. What if Emily finds out? What if his father did not believe him? "It's fine," he whispered, looking down at his lunch tray. But Mrs. Carter wasn't convinced. She decided to keep closer eyes on him, offering a safe space whenever he needed it. One evening, Emily's anger boiled over. Liam had forgotten to take out the trash, distracted by a math problem he was trying to solve. When she finds out, she stormed into the basement, her face twisted with rage. "You are nothing but a burden," she screamed, grabbing his arms so tightly it left bruises on his arms. "Why can't you do anything?" Liam did not cry. He had learned long ago that tears only made her angrier. Instead, he stared at the floor,
his small hand clenched into fist. But that night something inside him shifted. He realized he could not endure this forever. He needed to find a way out, not just for himself, but for the memory of his mother, who had always told him he deserved happiness. At school, Mrs. Carter found Liam sitting alone on the playground. She noticed the fresh bruises on his arms and knelt beside him. "Liam, you don't have to say anything," she said gently, "but I want you to know that I'm here for you. If something is wrong, there are people who can help." Her kindness broke through his walls. For the first time, Leah felt a glimmer of hope. That evening, while Emily was out, Liam mastered the courage to walk to his dad. He showed him the bruises, his voice trembling as he recounted everything. At first, his father was in denial. "Emily wouldn't do that," he said, shaking. But as Liam spoke, tears streaming down his face, something shifted in his father's eyes. "I'm so sorry, Liam," he whispered, pulling his son into his tight embrace. "I should have seen it sooner." The following weeks were full of changes. Emily was confronted, and though she denied everything, the evidence was undeniable. Liam's father filed for divorce, vowing to prioritize his son's well-being. Liam moved back to his old room, and his father began attending counseling sessions to rebuild their bond. Mrs. Carter continued to check in on him, ensuring he felt supported and okay at school. Though the scars of his experiences with Emily did not fade overnight, Liam began to heal. He rediscovered his love for drawing, and every night as he lay in bed, he whispered a silent thank you to the stars, knowing his mother's love had never truly left him.